Why is the phenomenon of tourism phobia on the rise in some countries or cities? Tourism is a profitable and attractive industry for many countries, but have you ever wondered why, in some parts of the world, locals don't welcome tourists and might even hate them? Is this just a personal feeling, or does it have deeper roots? Economic reasons. Zenotation spot rising housing and rental prices. One of the main reasons is the shift in the local economy in favor of tourism. When homes are turned into tourist accommodations instead of being used by locals, rent prices skyrocket and life becomes difficult for the original residents. Zenotation spot changes in local jobs and businesses. Traditional businesses are replaced by souvenir shops and chain restaurants. Gradually, the jobs and businesses locals actually need are replaced by low-quality souvenir stores or chain restaurants that have nothing to do with the area's real culture. Social and cultural reasons. Zenotation spot destruction of local and urban fabric, overcrowding, noise pollution, and litter. Imagine living on a street where thousands of tourists pass by every day. The crowds, noise, and unfortunately, the trash left behind can seriously disrupt everyday life. Disrespecting local culture and customs, inappropriate clothing, odd behavior in religious or sacred places. Unfortunately, some tourists act in ways that are considered offensive because they don't research or respect local culture, for example, wearing inappropriate clothing in religious sites or being loud in quiet neighborhoods. Feeling like a stranger in your own city, locals feel their city no longer belongs to them. When local cafes are replaced by international fast food chains and English becomes the main language on the streets, residents start to feel that their city is lost and has turned into an amusement park for foreigners. Environmental reasons. Zenotation spot pressure on natural resources, water shortages, air and water pollution. Mass tourism puts tremendous strain on natural resources. Excessive water use in hotels and pollution from transportation threaten the environment. Damage to sensitive ecosystems, coral reefs, forests. In some regions, irresponsible tourist activities cause irreversible harm to sensitive ecosystems like coral reefs or forests. Why do some countries or cities really not like tourists? Look, tourism is a profitable industry for many countries, but having too many tourists isn't always pleasant and can actually create real problems. First, locals' livelihoods come under pressure. Their homes get turned into vacation rentals, rent and prices skyrocket, and many people are forced to move or change their lifestyles. On top of that, a lot of traditional and local jobs are replaced by souvenir shops and chain restaurants, so the city's authentic vibe slowly fades away. Plus, tourists often don't pay attention to local customs. Things like inappropriate clothing or disrespectful behavior in religious sites or quiet areas really annoy people. Environmental damage is another big issue. Less water, more trash, and heavier pollution. Cities like Venice or some Greek islands are clear examples where locals are just fed up with overcrowding and the harsh impacts of mass tourism. Little by little, people start to feel like their city isn't theirs anymore, and a bunch of strangers are deciding the fate of their own home. In some places, security issues, crime, or even racist behavior make things even more tense. Because of all this, you'll see protests, travel restrictions, and even anti-tourist graffiti on city walls. Basically, too many tourists can disrupt the peace, order, and identity of cities, which leads to irritation or even hatred among locals. Sometimes, because of safety concerns, high crime rates, or strict laws and racist attitudes, both locals and tourists end up disliking each other, like in South Africa or some Eastern European cities. All these factors have led to anti-tourism protests, entry restrictions, and anti-tourist graffiti in some cities. So what about you? Would you still visit a place like Venice or Barcelona if you knew the locals aren't exactly happy with tourists? Grinning face with wet glow showing Europe, Africa.